So I saw this article that said, "Is DEI a racial slur?" Of course it is. It's nigger. It's nigger. It's saying nigger. It's a racist dog whistle, as they say. For people who don't understand what that means, a dog whistle is high frequency whistle that only dogs could hear. It's intended only for a certain group to hear, but everybody else knows there's a whistle, but they're trying to make it so that certain people don't, so it's not quite detectable. It's a dumb concept, really. It's a dumb phrase, but yeah, it's like, is DEI a slur? Yeah, it means nigger. They call you a nigger, and it's just funny because it's not haha funny. It's funny, like, you know how how hateful can you be in a way that you look so miserable and unhappy. And these types of white people, they have everything they could want, and they're so fucking unhappy. They're so threatened all the time. It's like, it's amazing. Like, that's the funny thing. It's like, what else, the amount of energy they spend, to try to make sure that we don't get crumbs. It's they're threatened by shit that's not happening. Like, they think we want to take over. Black people don't want to take over. We just don't want y'all to fuck with us. Like, that's the thing. Like, they want us gone because they're scared of us taking over, I guess. But we just, like, if we had all the authority and control and shit, we just be like, we don't want anything to happen to y'all. Like, y'all want to destroy us, and we're just like, just leave us the fuck alone. Go over there. Just go over there. But y'all don't want to go over there, because if y'all see us, chilling, doing anything, it could be something from entertainment to a sport to how we do our hair to words we use, whatever. We will not be bothering y'all, have nothing to do with y'all. Y'all will come over to where we are, and y'all want a piece of it. We can create anything, and y'all want a piece of it, and then complain, that we're somehow infringing on you guys. It's the weirdest shit, But anyway, back to the DEI shit. Black people aren't DEI hires. White people are, especially white men. Like, we can't be DEI hires because we only get hired when we're way overqualified. Like, the whole shit, we have to be twice as good to get half of what they have and everything like that. It's like, we don't even get like an opportunity unless, we do certain things where, like, we are not even 100% what we'd normally be. We have to code switch a little bit and make sure we don't intimidate y'all, even though we're not trying, and y'all just intimidated by our existence. And, all this kind of shit, and doing that builds us, different types of armor and skin and shit like that, But then we learn all these other skills. It's like, we can speak different dialects, and we can move in different types of ways and different types of worlds and shit like that, and like literal dimensions and shit. It's like, when I think of the multiverse shit, I really think that that's a whole metaphor for black people. We literally live in the multiverse. We go back and forth through different dimensions, like right in front of you. I could be with like some black coworkers in a staff room, and then like my white coworkers are there, and I'm in one dimension when I'm talking to my white coworkers. And then if I have a black coworker that I'm really comfortable with, we could slip into another dimension while we're talking. And I've had white coworkers. I worked at one place. I had white coworkers. They stand around looking at us. Once we start talking, we're not talking about shit, right? We're just being us authentically, right? Me and my homeboy, and we're standing there and we're talking, and he's like, "Yo, they watch us when we talk." They even complained, like, they don't want us like standing around having conversation and shit. It's like, we literally slip into another dimension and shit. And we be in a multiverse like that. Like that. But really, we're not the DEI hires. It's the white people. Because, all right, think about it. Like, it's really a slur for nigger, but What they say is the way they make it seem DEI hire is like you only got your position because of your race, and you didn't get it based on your experience, qualifications, and accomplishments. Sound familiar? So they should have hired the person strictly based off of experience, accomplishments, okay? And not because of race. I mean, there you go. How many of them have gotten positions just because of their race? You know, they are the DEI. It's like they are the people who didn't have that much experience. You know, they become a head of a school, a principal, whatever like that, right from the second grade classroom. Second grade classroom, they apply for assistant principal, you know, and they don't think anything is wrong with that, you know, and like, I mean, nothing's wrong with it, but, you know, they didn't have any leadership experience, you know, and, you know, I'm just saying that from the context of a teacher. I mean, also the president, right? President Trump, you know, what was his experience? And, yeah, I know he fucking hosted The Apprentice and ran a fraudulent business, but you know, it's like they're like, you know, Miss Harris, you know, whatever, Obama, whoever it was, you know, they were only hired because they wanted to put a black face in there to be to signal and to you know, and they don't have the qualifications and experience like that. And I'm like, that's literally the case with these white men who get these positions. J.D. Vance, what are his qualifications for vice president? I mean, compared to, I don't know, any of the previous vice presidents, you know, at least the ones while I've been alive, you know? And it's like, he's literally a DEI hire, you know? If according to how they call someone a DEI hire, we really know this is just a way for them to call you nigger, but you know, we'll play along with what they try to make it seem like it is. You know, so I mean, I don't know, you know, that term is weird, you know, because it's just like, well, if you're using it as a slur in that way, it's like all of these fucking white men are literally only being put in their position because of their race and not because of their qualifications, which is exactly what they're accusing, you know, the people of color of being. So, you know, it's really dumb, just like a lot of that shit, and we know it, you know, and you know, we got to start really looking at it like that and calling that shit what it is, you know. In my school, we have not just my school, it's big in the international scene, you know, DEI, DEIJ, DEIJB, and all those letters. It's becoming, you know, you want to make sure that your school is being inclusive and everything like that. And I don't know, you know, I'm part of one of those committees and everything, and it's the way those things work, you know, it's like you're trying, you know, these committees start the way they start with having to convince the leadership, having to present evidence of why you really need it, making you know, and making them understand that it's as important as anything else going on, and letting them and making them believe that you need it because you have a problem with inclusion and belonging and equity in your school, you know. And right there is an issue, because you have to make people who don't know what it's like really to not feel included, you know. do something about it, you know? But it's like, why are we scared to have the people who actually are the ones on the other side of it take control of this? Take real control of it, you know? Real control of it. Anyway, don't get me started on some other shit. Why'd y'all get me started on that? Yeah. Oh, this was not supposed to be about work. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We can do that some other time, okay? But this was about all these DEI white men. Tired of these DEI white men benefiting from DEI and white affirmative action. DEI, yeah, it's a slur. It means nigger. That's what it means, man. That's what I'm not saying like in the context of like my workplace. When we're talking about DEI, that's not what we're talking about. It's not like the nigger committee. That's not what we're doing. God, man, I really don't want my job, do I? I'm fucking talking like I'm saying this stuff. That's not what we're saying in this case, you know? In that case, we're literally talking about trying to make things equitable and and diverse and things like that. But as a slur, if somebody says, there goes that DEI shit, they're just saying, there goes that, black spick, chink, whatever shit. That's what they're saying. That's what it means. And we know that. We ain't tripping, But remember that what they're saying DEI doesn't actually apply to us. The white people, mainly the white men, are the DEI hires. Shout out to the people who comment on my podcast and time and stuff like that, and my gram on some bullshit. I'm with the bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? They be like, want to insult me and come at me and stuff like that. I'm with the bullshit, so, catch me at the right time. You're going to see. You're going to see how much I'm with the bullshit. One time I posted something about Kendrick and Drake. I guess this kid ain't like it. I call him a kid. He's probably 30, 35, but that's younger than me. And he came at me. He was like, haha, what? He said something like, what do you need? What are you gonna say? Why should I listen to you? You got 7 likes on this post or whatever like that. I'm like, damn, that's an insult these days. He's coming at my likes and followers and everything, and I'm like, you need to go to the gym. I'm like, you do not look healthy. I'm like, you need to worry about your bloodline. You need to worry about the future of your lineage, fam. You know what I'm saying? Coming laughing at me because I have 7 likes on this post, and I'm like, but you engaged with it. That's what happens. Like when I did the whole Eminem thing, and then people come in, this kid come on there. This kid probably was born when Eminem dropped his first LP or whatever, EP, and he's like telling me I'm jealous and everything like that. I'm like, whoa. You don't spell well. You don't. I like what I do to you. I'm like, I'm with the bullshit, man. I'm like, but what do you know? You don't know anything, But anyway, if I really got to the point where I could where I'd be like going back and forth with people, that means I'd have like quite a following, and I don't really have a following like that, so we'll see. Maybe that's how I get a following. I don't know. Anyway, ride talking all that shit. Anyway, like I said, the takeaways are: is DEI a slur? Yes. When they call you DEI, that means they're calling you nigger or spick or chink or whatever. And when they say someone is a DEI and they're only in that position because they're race or gender or whatever like that, and not the experience and accomplishments, that describes white men for the most part. Shout out to the white men I'm cool with. If you're cool with me, then you know what it is. Ride, doing ride, peace.